Sony has been doing everything that it can to get their holds on more manga and more anime IPs with their purchase of being the majority shareholder of Kadokawa and owning 10%. They haven't stopped there. PlayStation is also acquiring 2.5% of Bandai Namco, which is going to set them back $464 million, which is insane considering that it's only 2% of the company. But Sony's reasoning for this purchase is because of the fact that they want to acquire more IPs when it comes to anime and manga and work together with Bandai Namco when it comes to those intellectual properties. It's no secret that Bandai Namco has a wide catalog of anime video games, but not only that, animes and also mangas. So this doesn't only fit the criteria of gaming, it also fits the criteria of what PlayStation and Sony is trying to do, which is acquire more IPs for PlayStation when it comes to anime games and get those a lot sooner, or exclusives here and there when it comes to intellectual properties that Sony uses. But the bigger picture is that Sony owns Crunchyroll and wants to have a lot of more IPs come to Crunchyroll. Sony sees that this is a giant growing market when it comes to anime and manga. It's no secret that anime has exploded in popularity since I've been in high school. Back when manga and anime were seen to only the geeks and freaks that or reading it in secret so they wouldn't get beat up. We've come a long way when it comes to that kind of thing, and now everybody and your grandmother watches anime, and Sony sees that. The last time anime alone, not including manga, just anime, the last time it was evaluated as a market in 2023, it was worth $32 billion. And by 2032 is estimated that it's going to be worth, or 2034, that is going to be worth around $68 billion. So Sony sees this and they want a giant piece of that pie. To give you like an understanding of how much money that is, right now Nvidia, when it comes to AI, they made around $35 billion or $68 billion when it comes to their total profit shared when it comes to that. That alone in anime, if Sony can get a large chunk in it, will bring Sony a lot of revenue. And it already is with Crunchyroll, and it is with the Blu-ray sales that they saw, the manga sales that they saw. And when you include manga into that market, it's going to also be $84 billion in growth when it comes to 2032. So these markets are going to explode and bring in a bunch of revenue, which is why you see Sony trying to buy Kadokawa, why you try to see Sony buy shares in Bandai Namco. And I would not be surprised if eventually Sony buys Kadokawa in totality. Probably not this generation, but next generation when they're more secure in financial revenue, because you never know what's going to go on with the United States and its current administration when it comes to tariffs. So more than likely, you won't see that till the near future when there is another administration handling that entire situation. Sony currently rules with an iron fist when it comes to the anime market in the United States, and they pretty much are the rulers of that in the United States. Everyone else in the world, there is other companies who are in the fight and like kind of compete with Sony. But when it comes to the United States, Sony is the sole person that does the imports for subs and dubs and all these movies and Crunchyroll. If you look at Crunchyroll and you go look at like Mother's Basements of the top animes that are gonna come out, you're gonna see Crunchyroll, you're gonna see Crunchyroll, you're gonna see Crunchyroll, where all these giant like animes and mangas that are being animated are coming to Crunchyroll. So like Netflix is competing and they're doing pretty well. Netflix has really good anime. Let's not take any credit away from them. But when it comes to like the majority of publishing of these giant intellectual properties, it is Sony and Crunchyroll that is dominating in the United States. And I do not see Sony giving up that power anytime soon. In fact, I see them consolidating that power even more, which is good news and bad news. The good news is that we'll have anime all in one area with Crunchyroll, but the bad news is that they can pretty much charge whatever they want. so far Crunchyroll has stayed the same price. I feel like $11 for Crunchyroll to have several people be able to stream on that. So like I hope that it stays around $11, $14 around there for multi-streaming accounts, but only time will tell. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that Sony is going to consolidate a lot more power when it comes to manga and anime? What do you think of this? That what do you think of Sony doing this? Do you think that this is also going to have implications to the gaming market as well? Because that's one thing that I didn't touch. This also has implications with gaming because Bandai Namco doesn't only do anime and manga, but this deal is more than likely focused on anime, but there is going to be considerations as well when it comes to the gaming side of that coin. Let me know what you think below. And if you got all the way through, make sure you comment manga or anime in the comment section. I remember, you're pretty good.